All right, so let's recap. So week one was all about permanent vinyl. Let's get the keyboard out the way. Okay. Week one was all about permanent vinyl. Hey, Miss Latanya. Hello, ear. Not ear. I, not me giving different names. Okay. Make sure y'all share out the live. Make sure you minimize the chat on YouTube and that you double tap the screen. Go like the video, please. And share it out to your friends. Okay. All right. So week one, I feel like we're missing something. Oh, the cup. All right. So week one, we did all things vinyl, right? All things permanent vinyl for week one. Okay. So we made this keychain using permanent vinyl, and permanent vinyl is adhesive. Okay. It's sticky. Then we made this beautiful bookmark. So you can create like different sets. Everything that I use is linked in my storefront. Iris, okay. This is another type of keychain. So this is a square keychain. And so I tell you guys all the time, like my purpose behind this workshop is to give y'all things that you can walk away and make for gifts or for yourself or families and friends. And when I say that you can start right now and create keychains, these are super cheap, y'all. They usually come like 50 to a pack or 100 to a pack. And it's super easy. So make sure y'all go look at week one. Y'all do have access to that one. Now, the replays will not stay up forever. All right. So only for those who purchase. The one who purchased, you will keep it. But I just wanted to show y'all, like, to start taking your machines out and let's start creating. We got different holidays coming up, different seasonal things coming up. So let's start working on that. This was just a simple bookmark that you can add if you make planners or journals. This is a little add-on that you can add that's super easy. So this is a snow globe. We was just talking about I live in Texas, so you can't fill your snow globes all the way up because of the heat. It expands. But I also wouldn't leave this big of a bubble. But we were just talking about we're going to launch the snow globe. I usually do snow globes towards the holiday season because that's when they sell the most. And people give them away as gifts. So what we did was we created our own wrap. Hey, Miss Leona, we created our own app. Not on app. Look, I'm reading a comment. We created our own wrap, and in the wrap, you can wrap it around your cups. Now, for those of you who are interested in creating cups, I'm telling y'all, this is probably one of the best deals I ever got. I literally just got a big old, I think I got either 15 or 20 in the mail. If you go over to Creative Memories and Bling with Miss Trina, she has these cups for 60% off, y'all. They only come out less than 3 cookies. Okay. So I'm telling you, it's not a snow globe, but they're going to make the perfect holiday gifts when you guys are making wraps to go around your cans. And it comes with the lid as well. Okay. So make sure y'all go over there. All right. So that was week one. Week one was all things HTV vinyl. Nope, not HTV, permanent vinyl. I'm sorry. Week two was all things cardstock. Okay. So we went over, and I forgot to have my little watermark in the screen. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm trying to do better. Where we at? Week two, we created our own watermark using paper, right? We also use our foamies to help give us that 3D effect. These are also by Creative Memory and Bling. So I'm telling you, I go to her for everything, so check her out. But different color foamy, so she has all colors, no matter what your business brand colors are. Usually she has something that can match it, or a plain white or black. But we just made it into like a little 3D. We did different layers that you can see, and we just put our brand. And so, like, if you didn't have this one, which is also made by Creative Memories and Bling, this is acrylic, so this is hard. So if you didn't have this, imagine if you just had your own in the background using your cardstock when you're doing videos. People do take videos, they take pictures and things like that. So you want to make sure that you keep something in the screen at all times. So if you're not at a level yet where you want to go, or you're not sure about your name or your color and brands, and you're not ready to go and purchase an acrylic watermark, then go ahead and make your own. Okay, let's make your own. That is also going to be in week 2. Week 2, we also did these beautiful butterflies. I'm trying to find my glitter one, because my glitter one, I mean, that one just pops. Okay, so we made these beautiful butterflies, and the butterflies are bookmarks. Okay, so the bookmarks, this is a beautiful journal that I created using a digital journal that was created by Jay. So if you go to Crown Moments, this is a journal that I created. I printed it out. And then so I wanted to utilize this beautiful, you see it got glitter on the front. So I was like, I want to do a journal that matches the butterflies, right? So hello, Baba and Farah. So if you can see, it is glitter. It's a glitter bookmark, and it's super cute. Imagine your books with the outside, with this cute butterfly or heart or whichever you choose to put on the outside. You can also bring it to the side of your books and it can hang out on the side. Okay, so it's super cute. Again, we made these with our Cricut using our cardstock. Okay. We also created just plain ones just to give y'all an idea of that you don't need glitter cardstock and how it will look. And this was just the extra large one. All right. So super over the top, super cute, super big. If you guys are here on TikTok, please go over to our YouTube channel. Thank you for the follow. We are in our Cricut workshop. So make sure y'all come over and join us. Send your daily heart me and double tap the screen. Okay. We also made just a plain with no cuts or anything in it, and it still give us a really cute effect. Or you can just keep it down and do just a regular bookmark. We also did some layering where we just created just a regular square bookmark. Again, something else you just slide into your books and go. All right. So that's kind of a recap of week 1 and 2. So we are on week 3. And y'all, week 3 is all about HTV. Okay. HTV is heat transfer vinyl. What does that mean? Can anybody tell me in the chat, what do you think heat transfer vinyl means? Let's talk about it. What do you guys think it is? Let me get some for you while you put that in the chat. I'm going to go over different types of vinyl. There's so many different types, but I'm just going to go over a few. But tell me what you think heat transfer vinyl is. Okay, I got a few options to show you guys heat transfer vinyl. Let me know what you think it is. I'm trying to find my puff vinyl because y'all know I love a good puff. I love some puff vinyl, y'all. I just gave a lot of my vinyl. Oh, here's green. It's small. You can't really tell puff vinyl, but all right. Okay, iron on vinyl. Awesome. I like it. Hey, sis, sorry. New computer, so hard to figure out how to chat. It's okay, Miss Vanessa. You can also utilize your phone. If you're on YouTube, you can utilize your phone. Hey, Miss Dominique. Hey, Keisha, come on over to the YouTube, y'all. What else did I miss? Oh, that needs to be heated to stick properly. Perfect. Iris, y'all got it. Miss Leona, thank you. All right, so heat transfer vinyl. It's so many different varieties, okay? So this is what we call a flock. And it's hard to explain through the phone or through the computer, but I'm going to try to peel it back so that you can see. Because this is so cute. I don't know if you can really get it, but it's almost like felt. Okay, it's like a felt feel. The camera's not getting it justice. Let me see if I can get close where y'all can kind of see that it's felt like. There we go. You can kind of see. Let me see if I block out everything else. There we go. You see how it's kind of bumpy like? It looks bumpy, but it's really felt. So it's like soft. It's like a soft feel. Okay? So that is HTV vinyl. All right? I'm sorry. This is flock. And it needs to be heated to utilize it, but it stays soft. Okay? So that's one. This is going to be a glitter. Okay? A glitter. So the difference in knowing if you're using HTV or permanent is that when you peel it back, it shouldn't be sticky. All right. It shouldn't be sticky. So this, if you get real close, you'll be able to see that this is a HTV glitter vinyl. Let's see if I can. There you go. You see it? So super cute, super cute. All right. All right. So this is a foil. Okay. So it literally comes like this. It's foil. So when you iron it down, it looks exactly like this. Foil like. Okay. This is a glow in the dark. I mean, I can't show you the glow in the dark. Actually, I can. Hold on. Let me show y'all. This one is glow in the dark. This is perfect for neon parties, neon light parties. If you did not know, to activate glow in the dark features, just get your UV light out and it'll activate it. And so you can see, look, no, you can't. Hold on. Let me turn this off. Because I want y'all to see. It's super cute. I don't know if you can really see because this light is bright. Hold on. Okay. So you can't really. So I'm just going to activate this almost because you know what? There you go. Can y'all see that glow? Let me turn this off. I don't know. You can't really see it. Like I don't know. You can't see it like I can see it, but it glow in the dark. Trust me. You can almost see it with the. There we go. You can almost see it now. So when it goes on and off, you can see it. Now let me turn it off. So you can. I just wanted to activate it a little bit, and this is kind of blocking it. There we go. Y'all can see a little glow. All right. So that's the glow in the dark. All right. Let's turn the lights back on. Okay. Thank y'all for joining in. This is week 3. We're going over heat transfer vinyl. Okay, so that's glow in the dark. This is just another glitter. And it's just gold. And then this is your regular. This is just a regular white. And then again, here's some more glitter. This one is a little different because you can't feel the glitter. Like these is rough, but this one, the glitter is more so on the inside. But the difference, no, you didn't, Miss Keisha. It's okay. It's okay. It doesn't rub off. You know how sometimes you get those glitter papers and when you rub it, it rubs all the glitter off? It doesn't. It doesn't rub the glitter off. So when I do my baby shirts, this is perfect. And then another type of vinyl I love to use, I have a sample of it. Give me 1 second. It's going to be, you should have a sample shirt. All right. And so anytime I use a new material, I like to sample. So this is hold on. I don't think I got the perfect. Oh, here's one. This is a puff vinyl. All right. So puff vinyl, and of course, y'all not going to be able to see it, but puff vinyl stands out and it's puffy. It's just because it's white on white. Here's the other side, but this is when it was wrong or incorrect. But y'all can see the puff effect. So what I do have a sample shirt that I like to use to test out different new materials so that I know how it will look. So this is that shirt. So you can kind of see the puff there, but I mean, not really, but it's there. I promise. So puff vinyl is super cute. I love using it for kids. bags. I love using puff vinyl. All right. So let's just talk about what is HTV. It is exactly what everybody said. It's a heat adhesive material that you need to utilize heat to activate. All right. So another difference, I'm trying to get my material. I put everything back on the floor. Is with HTV vinyl, you're going to have layers. So you have your carrier sheet. Okay, so let me try to pull this one apart. You have your carrier sheet. I can't get this off, y'all. Hold on. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Drop in the chat if you've ever used HTV vinyl. Are you here as a first-time HTV vinyl user? And this also is like, you know, to really dumb it down, is really t-shirts, right? When you guys are talking about you want to make t-shirts or pencil bags or anything with the heat press, that is HTV vinyl. Okay, either way, there is a carrier sheet. It's hard to get off, but I had already peeled this down. Okay, so HTV comes with a carrier sheet. All right, so you have your carrier sheet, you have your vinyl itself, and then on the back you have your adhesive. Okay, so you activate it by using heat and pressure. All right, heat and pressure, that is what activated. So this is the back side of it. When I'm touching on it, it's not sticky or anything. It does not get sticky until you activate it with heat. Okay, you want to use you can use a press, like a heat press. You can use the iron. Those are the top two things. Cricut has a press brand. You can do the big heat presses that you press down, you know, pull down on, or you can use like little mini ones as well. And so I'll show you guys all three today. All right, so different types, which we just went over, is regular, that comes in matte and glossy. You have your specialty ones that is holographic or a flock or glitter. You can also utilize puff, glow in the dark, metallic, or even stretchy HTV. So those of you who do sports and you have that stretchy material, they do have a HTV that is stretchy. It's the only thing I haven't tried yet because I don't have a heat press. You have an iron? Iris, do you have an iron? A lot of the heat vinyl iron-on you can utilize with the iron. I wouldn't recommend it for if you are selling items to people. Do not use the iron. But if you're just wanting to practice or do little projects, you can definitely use the iron. You just need a lot of pressure. Okay. What do you use HTV for? HTV is really good for soft items. So like t-shirts, bags, pouches, onesies. So if you looked on my page, you'll see that I have like baby boxes, and that is what I use. I use HTV. We're going to be putting HTV on a hat. You can have a pencil case, perfect for school. Put the kids' names on them, or a teacher's gift, like a first day of school teacher's gift. You can do bridesmaids gifts, so you can make a makeup bag. There's so many different things that you can do with the pencil pouch. Well, I say pencil pouch, but with a mini bag that will be super cute. You have tote bags, and you can find tote bags super easy. Like they're everywhere. Hobby Lobby, Walmart, your local craft store, or wherever you get your HTV vinyl. A lot of them, thank you for sharing out the live. A lot of them have, you know, tote bags. So this is just a regular canvas tote bag that you can utilize. You can also, and a lot of people don't think about it, but canvases. So if you look on the bag, this is just a stretch canvas. So like when you see paint and sip parties or wall parties, not wall parties, items that you put on a wall, you can use your HTV to press onto the canvas. Okay, so there's a lot of different things that you can utilize to do a canvas. I heard mixed things about using the iron. Yes, Iris, this iron I will only use for practice. Okay, I would not use the iron for things that you're expecting to keep. But if you're just wanting to print and do some practice, and you don't have a heat press, use what you have. And iron is perfectly fine for, again, practice items. Do not use an iron to sell products. Do not use an iron to sell products. Absolutely not. So yeah, that's just something temporary for you to utilize. Okay. You do want to kind of avoid silicone and certain coated fabrics, because it won't adhere to the project. How do you do it? You want to do heat. Make sure you give, it depends on the type of vinyl that you're using. Some vinyl is light pressure, some vinyl is hard pressure. A lot of the vinyl that you buy does come with instructions. And if you don't know, go to the website wherever you buy it and search up the heat instructions, meaning the how hot it is and how much pressure. Okay. Another key thing with the difference between vinyl and HTV, like I'm trying to make sure I'm not mixing it up. Permanent vinyl and HTV is that when you use HTV, you have to mirror. Okay, you have to mirror. All right, so I'll show you all of that in Design Space. Okay, any questions on the basics of vinyl? Any questions on that? Anything else? You're welcome, y'all. You're welcome. Hello. Make sure if y'all are on TikTok, please go over to YouTube. Make sure you share out the live before you go. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen now. And we're going to work on a couple of different projects. Let's share the entire screen. So y'all know I love Creative Fabrica. Okay. I love Creative Fabrica. Wrong thing. All right. I love Creative Fabrica. Okay. So I'm not going to sit and waste a lot of time trying to figure out how to make something when I have Creative Fabrica. So for those of you who have Cricut Access, this is basically an extended version of Cricut Access. Okay. So I'm going to go through a couple of things that you can utilize or things that we're going to work on. And then I'm going to do an example of uploading one as well as creating one on our own. Okay. So I have given y'all so many tutorials on Creative Fabrica. So this won't be like a full tutorial. You guys can go watch the other videos to utilize like how I do Creative Fabrica. This would just be a smaller version of it. Okay. All right. So when you're thinking of different projects, I always, unless it's something like if it's for order or something, then I'll go and I have to design it, right? If they come with inspo or whatever. So if I am creating a canvas and I'm like, I want my canvas to be like a kid, I don't know, dino theme, PNG. I don't know what's going to come up, but like a dino theme PNG. But I want it to be outlined. So I'm going to say coloring sheet, right? Because we know coloring sheets or coloring page. Let's see. Let's just do kid coloring page and see what comes up. And I do coloring page because if I'm putting it on a canvas, I want to be able to paint it. So I like to search different ones, like different coloring pages. Oh my goodness, I can't even think of one that would be like not take forever. Let's do turtle. Let's do this turtle. All right. So we have a turtle, right? And so we like it. We want to save it. And all we're going to do is download it. Okay. We're going to download this turtle and then I'll show you guys how to upload. I also want to show you guys if you want to do hat SVG. Okay. And that will give you different items that you, never mind. Hat images, maybe. um, sorry, y'all. It's better if you just say what you want. It's gonna give me a bunch of hat stuff. It's better if it just if you do like if I want to do black girl PNG. Hey Papa, can you please close the door? All right. So basically, when you're dealing with HTV, you want to find items that aren't as colorful like this. This is more so for DTF when you're dealing with these type of sectors. So even SVG may be a better option right now. Okay, that's what I meant to put, SVGs. All right, so you see how it's more solid. It's not all the colors. So like this, you can utilize and still get the color, using your HTV vinyl, but it is a more solid feature. It's not all of the coloring like this, okay? So this is, someone said ice cream cone. Yeah, you can definitely utilize ice cream cone. So let's see, ice cream. Ice cream, did you say cone? Yeah. So here's another ice cream cone SVG. All right. So absolutely, you can utilize these. Pretty much anything you're wanting to do, you can put into Creative Fabrica, utilize it, find an image, and use, right? So if you just wanted to put an ice cream on your hat or on your t-shirt, a lot of the times I like to do shirts for my son. So of course he likes trucks. So I come up with they have different trucks. So I'll find a nice truck. We've done the Easter ones that said Happy Easter, pumpkin. So we did different ones. The biggest ones that I find that are super cute is like Christmas SVGs, Christmas t-shirts. All right. So when you guys are needing things for the holidays, it's so many different SVGs that you can come and get off of Creative Fabrica and just upload to your Cricut to your design space and print using or cut using your Cricut. All right. So I'm going to focus on what we're going to create today. So we already got the turtle. And I'm going to create a image for my bag. Okay. So we're going to do those two things. And then I'm going to do my brand on a hat. Okay, so I'll show you the small heat press. So we're going to go and we're going to bring over our Cricut. All right, or not Cricut, our design space. I'm sorry. We're going to bring over our design space. And on our design space, we're going to have different projects that, I'm sorry, I didn't bring it up. Hold on. I like to show y'all from the beginning, so you can see how it will look when it comes on your screen. Y'all in there, drop a number 2 in the chat if you are following along. Is anybody working? Is anybody creating a HTV project as we're speaking? All right, so it's installing or opening up. All right, it's loading. Okay, so here we go. All right, so this is what your design space, when it first opens up, this is what comes up. There's a lot of different things that you can utilize when you're dealing with HTV or t-shirts. They do have different HTV t-shirts that you can, features that you can utilize if you have the Cricut access. Of course, I don't, but you could utilize it as well. So different templates that you can use. You can utilize a hat, a tote bag, a t-shirt. So there are all different type of templates that Cricut provides that you can utilize while you're creating your shirts or your images. All right. So if you want to, so if you were creating a t-shirt, let's delete this. If you were creating a t-shirt, you could utilize this template feature over here. And if I was doing an adult large, Cricut is going to open it up, and you're going to be able to, this is a full large shirt. And so this is the front, this is the back. You're able to take an image and stretch it to fit the middle, to fit the size that Cricut is recommending it should be. Can y'all see here that it's telling you that it should be 11 by 13? Okay, I like to use 10.5 for my image, but it's still giving you the center of the shirt. So if you need a template or where you want to place your shirt, you can utilize this feature of templates to do that. And they have all different sizes, right? They have a 3X. You can see the 3X is wider. I'm sorry, this one is wider than the 1X or the extra large, okay? So it gives you that feature. And if you zoom in, it's giving you measurements on the screen. Okay, y'all see that? 14 by 6.75. All right, so we're going to delete both of these. Again, this is our layers. This is where you can access different features that you have on your canvas. Okay, so again, you can use the hat feature. So if I was to make a hat, it would be the same thing. I have it at 10%. This is telling me this is how big you want your image to be on your hat. All right, so if I wanted to upload something, I can just line it up in the middle and print it. This is considered a guide. All right, so if you guys don't use these features, I would suggest that you go and use them. They have different things. They have wine bags, they have water bottles, regular bottles. They have so many different things that you can utilize. Coasters, mugs, cosmetics bags. So like what we're using today is small. So yeah, okay. So that feature is there if you need it or want to utilize it. Should I see your screen? Miss Brenda, to see my screen, you need to go to YT, okay? On the screen, it tells you guys that I am live on YouTube. All right. You can click the link in the bio to get there. Okay, so now we're going to work on our hat. So I teach you guys, I've shown you guys how to take things from Canva and upload it to your design space. So we've already done that. That's it right here. Okay, please go make sure you watch the other videos to be able to do that. This is my logo. All right, we're going to go back to our hat, because I also want you guys to get, you're welcome, Miss Brenda. I want you guys to understand how to, like, we buy a lot of templates, but a lot of templates you can just create yourself if you have a measuring tape. Okay, y'all hear that? A lot of templates you can create yourself if you have a measuring tape. I'm gonna say it one more time. A lot of templates you can create yourself if you just use your measuring tape. And so y'all know I like to make things easy for you guys. So, you know, we do make templates and we have templates for you. But if you have someone like, we follow Andrina Creations and she teaches us how to make different templates on our own. But again, some things I'm just gonna buy, like I'm just gonna buy her templates, right? But when you guys are needing things, so like for instance, a hat, okay? Not all hats are made the same. So you need to get you a ruler, whether it's the what are these called, measuring tape, or it's an actual ruler from Walmart during back to school time. Okay, so you want to see how long or how big of the space that you have to use for your product or item that you're using. Okay, so I want my logo to fit right in this area, so between these two seams. All right, so I'm going to put my camera in between this, not camera, I'm sorry, my measuring tape in between the seams. So for right here, the widest space is going to be a 6. Okay, y'all see that? The widest space is going to be a 6. Hey, Miss Cheryl, make sure you come on over to YouTube. Okay, so this, you'll see the widest space is a 6. All right, so now I'm going to take my measurements, all right, and I'm going to create a shape. Depending on what item or project you're using, I'm going to stick with the square for right now. So I know the biggest space that I can utilize for this hat is going to be, my width is a 6. All right, that is the widest that I can use. Okay, So now we're going to go back to the hat. All right. So we have our 6, and I'm saying, okay, the widest I can go on this, because I have the holes here. So I don't want to go that far up. I also only want it to fit right in the front of the hat. So I'm going to say I want it to be about 2 inches. That's the widest I could go. All right. Can y'all see that? That's the widest I can go, is about 2 inches. Type HTV in the chat if y'all are here with me. HTV in the chat. All right. So now let's go back to the screen. So now we know that we want a 6 by 2. All right. So remember, we need to unlock, because if I go back and I try to change this to a 2, it's going to change both my height and my width. All right. So I'm going to change it. I'm going to make sure to unlock. So the ratio, you can, the proportions, you can put whatever you want it to be. Okay. So we said we want our width to be 6 and we want our height to be 2. All right. So this gives me the illusion of when I'm creating my project or my item. Thank you for the HTVs. Because I'm creating my items, I want to make sure that I am keeping within the space, the max space that I can utilize. Okay. The max space that I can utilize. So if you look here, my image is much bigger than that square. Okay. So you want to be able to bring your image down, and I'm going to turn this square, right? Because I don't want the Cricut to cut this square. I'm going to turn it into a guide. We talked about this in week 1 and how to utilize this section. All right. So this section, we're going to turn it into a guide. So when we turn it into a guide, this is just exactly what it says. It's a space that we want to utilize on our hat. All right. So I want to make sure that my logo fits inside of this square, because this is the quote unquote, the front, the measurement of the front of my hat. Okay. So if I want my full logo evenly, I need to be at about, okay. So y'all see how when I go here to try to touch on my logo, can anybody tell me what I need to do to be able to click on my logo instead of every time I click my logo, it moves the box? Can anybody give me how to fix that? Let's see who all been here the last 2 weeks. Don't forget to drink your water. Y'all gonna engage today. Somebody tell me, how can I get my words? Because every time I go to click on my words, it's giving me this. It keep moving my box. Does anybody know what to do? I taught that in week 1. Just type it in the chat. I want to see who's been keeping notes. Hey, Miss Latoya. Anybody know? Align. Thank you so much, Miss Leona. All right. So exactly what Miss Leona said, right? So I want to click, and I want to, not align, I'm sorry. You want to click arrange. I know what you meant though. Okay. You see up top, you want to click arrange, and you want to send to the back. All right. So KD, to ungroup, okay, to ungroup is to take all the letters apart. Okay, that's ungrouping. So what I did, but good try though, Katie. Thank you for participating, and don't stop, okay? All right. Hey, Miss Daynette, make sure you come on over to YouTube. Thank y'all for the follows. Come on over to YouTube. All right. So right here, you see that now when I click on the words, I'm able to move. So let me do that again. If I want to move the words to the front, or right now to the back, I'm going to click arrange and send to back. So now it is behind this, this guide. Okay. So now I want to do it again. I'm going to click arrange, and I'm going to send this to the back. And so now my words is to the front. So good job, y'all. Good job. All right. So I just want it to be about this big. I didn't need it huge. I just wanted it to be across the front of my hat. Okay. So that project is done. So that's going to be for my hat. Okay. So I'm going to hide. I showed you guys the hide feature. If you don't want to delete stuff, just in case you need to come back or redo something, I just like to hide it. And so you can do this. You can also rename it. So if I just wanted this to be my hat guide, all right. So you can help yourself rename so you can keep up with the projects, the images that's on your projects. Okay. So right here, I'm just going to hit this little eye. And when you hit the eye, that is a hide button. You see that? So that's just, it's still in my layer. So it's still on my canvas. It's just, you can't see it. I hit it. Okay. But I can easily turn it on and off. Okay. All right. So that's my hat. Then we had, where you guys at? Then we had this bag. Okay. So this bag, I want to do something like, you know how to be like booked and busy. I want to do something cute here, with a different saying. And we might go into a little chat GPT a little bit, just to give y'all just a little 2 seconds of how, if you, Papa, you okay? Oh, don't do that. What are you doing?
I hiccups.
Okay, get some water. Where's your dad?
Upstairs.
Can you go in there with your dad, please?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
All right, so you see my bag. Again, measuring all of your images, or your products that you want to use. So in this case, it's not quite 15, but I'm going to keep it safe, and I'm just going to do 14 and a half. All right. So again, I'm going to go back and I want to create a guide. Okay. Always use a guide. So I want to create a guide. Can someone tell me how to turn this box into a guide? I want the width to be, we said 14.5. And I unlocked it. So you see when I unlocked it, it did it, right? But while I do this, I want someone to tell me, how do I turn this into a guide? How do I turn that rectangle into a guide? All right. So now I want to do the height. Okay. So in looking at this, it's about the same. It's because I don't want to use this hem. I don't want to go into this seam. I only want this middle space. So it's almost like a perfect square. So we're going to do 14 and a half again. Okay. 14 and a half again. So let's go back to our screen. And now we're going to change this to 14 and a half. So now you got your box. And Miss Leona is correct. We're going to do this under operation, the drop down box, and the guide. You're absolutely correct. Thank you for your assistance. So we're going to zoom out. Okay. So that we get this full canvas. All right. So I'm trying to think. I had some ideas. Hold on. I want to utilize, I'm not sure exactly what I want to type. I said I was going to show y'all a little chat. Let me open up chat. Okay. Because sometimes I don't be wanting to think. Okay. I don't be wanting to think. So let's type in, help me create a tagline. Sorry, y'all. For a tote bag. I'm gonna say the theme is crafting. Be fun. And to the point. Okay. And I'm going to say create 15 taglines. And we're going to see if we like anything. We may not, but you never know. All right. So now it's giving us different options. Make the same size box as the bag. Yes. All right, so this one says crafting. It's my cardio, messy bung and crafting, hot glue and good vibes. I like these. Cut, paste, and slay, eat, sleep, and craft and repeat. Craft queen in the wild. Um, Crafting is cheaper than therapy. All right, I like that one. Let's do that. Okay, so you can utilize the Chat GPT to give you different ideas of things that you want to do in my crafty era. So there's a lot. You could do different things if you wanted to do crafting and sports. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see what it comes up with. Change theme to crafting and sports. Let's see what it come up with. Change theme to crafting and sports. Not me putting the E at the end of sports. Craft like a champ. Game day and glue guns. I like the MVP, most valuable pen. Winning with washi. Cricket, team cricket all day. So you see, you can get different ideas and different things. Play hard, craft harder. So yeah, from the field to the craft room. That's so cute. I like that. Okay, so you can come up if you don't know what you really want to do. You can utilize Chat GPT to do more. Now I like Tay from Crafty Tay off of TikTok. She does a lot of Chat GPT, so please make sure you check her out. I am not a pro at I just get by with using Chat GPT, okay? So all right. So I did like the first one. So I like crafting is cheaper than therapy. All right, so I'm just going to copy it and I'm going to come over here to my text. All right. And we're going to be creative with it. All right. So I just want to paste so I know what it said, just in case I forget. So I'm just gonna do another text box, okay? So y'all know I love me a good cursive, okay? So I want to separate it, and I'm going to do crafting. So I want to do different words. So I'm one of those people that like the word and then a bunch of words and then a big word. Um, so let's do another text box for is and then cheaper than, okay, and then we're going to do another box, and then we're going to do therapy. Okay, y'all get what I'm doing? We'll deal with, I like to type first and then change the font. All right, so crafting is cheaper than therapy. Okay, and then we can be playful with different things that we want to do. Okay, so we want to, I don't know why it's like an echo, y'all. Hold on. I turned my sound all the way down. Hold that thought, y'all. I don't want it to disappear. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that. But if it's too bad, let me know, okay? All right. So I like a little cursive. So after you create your text, I like to come over to the side so I can still see it. There's a font section right here. Okay. Make the box the same. Okay, I saw you, Miss Gwen. Thank you, Miss Gwen. All right. So now I'm going to go to, this is, if you have Cricut access, this is where you would go to get all your fonts, because all your fonts will be free. Okay. With your Cricut access. So if it has this little A, have Cricut access to utilize it. Okay. You can also click here and do all the free fonts if you don't have Cricut access, and you can still access different types of fonts that's free. All right. So that is how you can get free fonts. Or you can utilize System, which I love to utilize. system, YouTube. Are y'all able to see me okay? Hold on, y'all. Let me just see. YouTube, am I going out? Anybody? Nobody? Anybody can hear me? Let me see. Can anybody hear me? Yes? Okay. All right. So I'm back now that y'all can see me now. Okay. All right. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. All right. So again, so I know to get font, you can use the font, you can use Creative Fabrica. I showed y'all, I think in week one, how to utilize Creative Fabrica and getting free fonts. Is good now? Okay, cool. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Okay. So I like to use, I love a good cursive font. And for my cursive font, I like to use Almond Delight. I think that is my favorite cursive writing. Okay. So sorry, y'all. It's all over the place. Okay. So again, I wanted to fit the bag. I want it big on the bag. So I want to go a little bigger than that, but I still got to fit all the other words. So we'll deal with sizing, but I just want to get the fonts together now. So for the second line, I want to do therapy the same as crafting. So I know that one is going to be Almond and Light as well. But then I want the two in the words in the middle to be like plain font. Not quite like this one, but like that one, like plain. So I'm gonna play around with some different fonts. I also want all I'm an all caps girl. I don't know. I like chicken quiche. I think it's super cute. Let's use cheap. I like that one. Let's use that one. Okay. So y'all, and I'm just winging this, okay? So don't come for me. I'm just winging it, okay? I'm winging it. All right. So let's do crafting is cheaper than therapy. And I want to see if I can do it like this to where it lines up. No, I don't like that. Let's do it. Let's do it just like this. And then we can add some cute little elements. Look, I feel like I'm in let's go to images. We're going to bring the images and we're going to click free. Okay. And I'm going to do like, I don't know. Let's type in crafting. Let's see if anything come up in crafting. Y'all know I love a good Canva. Let's see if they got a Cricut machine. If not, I got a Cricut machine. Let's see if we can get it for free. We can. Okay, let's see how it's gonna look. And it's a free image, y'all. Look at there. Look at all the Cricut stuff you can do to get a free image. That little Cricut animal thing is super dope. Um, I feel like that's going. Let's do this one. Let's see how it look. No, that's not gonna fit. That's not gonna fit. So if we don't like it, we can just hit delete. We just go delete. So let's do I don't know, would anything come up in crafting? I'm more of like dots. So let's again, I like to use Canvas, not Canvas, Canva. because of course they got so many um different options, but I want to teach y'all Canva. So we're just gonna, I like to do dots. So let's do these little dots right here. Y'all know what I'm trying to, anybody get my vision? You know how you just have different elements and we can align them. So I'm just duplicating it right here. And maybe they need to be a little smaller. For the sake of time, y'all, we just go, I gotta zoom in to make them a little smaller. There we go. I feel like that look a little better. I keep, hold on, y'all. Sorry. This is showing y'all. Hold on, y'all. It keep trying to get me to move it. There we go. I'm like, it keeps trying to get me to move it. So give me a second. All right. So why does it keep doing that? I can't stand that. See, this is why I design in Canva, and then I just put everything from Canva to Cricut. I'm zoomed in. So I don't know. But anyways, y'all get the gist, right? So I'm just gonna do some little circles. We'll align them in a second. Okay, so I just want to get it. And then what I can do is I can highlight all of these together. And then I can duplicate it. So I ain't got to keep sitting there. Okay. Y'all saw that? I was able to duplicate it. You can show that again. I missed where you went. Which part, Miss Keisha? Where you at, Miss Keisha? I also forget that sometimes you make sure y'all are all the way at the end of the video and that y'all are not behind. Which part, Keisha? All right. So now I'm going to go back to my layers because I want to make sure that all of my circles are checked. So I'm just going to use my layers for this part. Okay. And they all are. Okay. And so I want to use my align feature. So I have all of my circles, and I want to align it vertically. All right. You see how they all got in the same straight line? So I want to align it vertically. And then I'm going to group them so that I don't have to worry about now. I can move them all together. Okay. So again, I'm just, we just doing something at this point. Okay. That way it's just not plain words. So I'm going to duplicate it because I'm going to put it on this side too. Cheaper than crafting. All right. So I feel like that's my bag. And then I'm going to throw my little logo at the bottom. So that way when we out and about, which I got my logo somewhere. You see over here, all I got to do is duplicate that and bring it over to my bag. Okay. And so this is going to be, okay. So I'm going to group all this together so I can move it all as one. You see what I just did there? I grouped it all together. And I want to see how big. Maybe I can put it just in here. Yeah, let's just do that. All right. Let's do that. So let's get this as big as we can. Okay, let's get this as big as we can. So we're going to go about this big. because I want it. I'm gonna go a little smaller just so I can see it. Because sometimes I want to be so big on the bag. Okay, so now here go my word, my little logo. Not little because we're doing big things. So we're gonna move that till about right there. Okay, so now I can hide my guide, and I'm going left right click. I'm going to rename it, and it's going to be my tote guide. Okay. And now I named it tote guide, and I'm going to hide it. All right. So if you look really close, you can see that some of these words, because we talked about this in week 1. All right. Let's see who paid attention. Y'all been engaging, and I appreciate it. So let's see. How do I get rid of this line in my words that I create? How do I do that? While y'all tell me that in the chat, type it in the chat. I want to make sure, because I'm going to use one color. My color is going to be black. I'm going to put the black on, or you know what? Do I have purple? I think I have purple. Hold on. Let me double check. I do have purple. So I'm going to change this to purple. Okay. So up here at the top, I'm just going to change the color, and it's going to change everything to purple. And then I just need to make sure that I get this to purple. All right. Can anybody tell me how to get rid of the lines that's cutting it off? Good job, Angelina. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to zoom in because I want y'all to see this feature. All right. So when you type out words in Cricut, you're going to get this line. Okay. You don't want that line when you go to cut, because when you do that, it's going to cut it separately like it is. That line is going to represent a cut. So just like Angelina said, we are going to weld the words together. So weld, if you look, it's going to go away. Okay. I like to use Unite only because with Unite, I can go back and edit. If I needed to come back later and edit my words, I could. Okay. So you see, once you double click, I can add letters. Uh-oh. I can add or edit. Hold on. Let me go back. Okay. There we go. I can still edit, but if I hit weld, I can't make any changes. It's going to lock it as an image. Okay. So you want to make sure your entire image is welded. Okay. I'm sorry, not welded, united. All right. If you do that, that gives now, if I zoom in, hello. If I zoom in, you see now those lines are now gone. Okay. So now I want to also, now this is one image. You see over here, now it's united. It's all one image now. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to zoom out because I have this one. I can delete this. This is gone. And then I have my bag, but I want my bag to still be black. And this one's going to be, I'm sorry, this was my hat. And then this one is going to be the bag. All right. So I still want to do the canvas because I want to show you guys the canvas. And so the canvas, I'm going to upload that turtle. Here we go. That turtle. Okay, sorry. You're going to download it and upload it into your Canva. Go look at week 1 to know how to upload images. All right. So we're going to switch back over because what do we need? We need to measure. Now, I know that this is a 12 by 12, but just in case you didn't know, you always want to go corner to corner. Okay. Corner to corner, which I know it's 12. Okay, y'all see, I know it's 12 because I know it's a 12 by 12 canvas. But if you didn't, you want to measure it. Okay. Hello. Today is HTV, which is heat transfer vinyl. All right. So now, if you need to, we're going to create a guide, right? And our guide is going to be 12 inches. It's going to be a square, and we're going to change it to a guide. All right. And so we want to get him, our little buddy, inside of that. So this is going to be a painting canvas. So like if you want to create paint and sip projects, okay, this is what you would utilize. So again, you saw me take my guide, arrange it to the back so that my little turtle is to the front. Okay. And so I want him, I feel like he could be about that big. He could be about that big. Okay. So for my turtle, I don't want these little circles. Okay. So to get rid of circle or even if it's a square or whatever, but to get rid of stuff inside of your image, you want to click contour. Okay. And so I want to take out this little eye and I want to take out these little circles just because it's for a kid and him trying to paint the little circles. I don't want to deal with it. Okay. So now you see it gave me a one, took out the little small eye part and then it took out the little feet. So that's what you utilize contour. Contour only works when you're using the basic cut. If I was to change this to a print then cut picture, I won't be able to contour anymore. All right. I can't hide any of the cut lines. So now I have to go back to the basic cut and then I have my contour feature back. So it just basically is hiding your cut lines for you, what you don't want to use. Okay. All right. So I think we're good. I think now we're ready to cut. And we're just going to hide our guide. And so we have everything. So we should have, can someone tell me how many mats we're going to need and why? Tell me how many mats. Again, this is from week 1. So just seeing who's been in part and participating in the free Cricut workshop. How many mats do I need and why? While we're doing that, we're going to get our heat press together and our Cricut together. My heat press is turned on. We're going to get our mats together. Anybody in the chat can tell me. Anybody in the chat tell me. The question is, how many mats am I going to have to use and how do you know? Just looking at this screen. There you go, Miss Cheryl. Thank you, Miss Cheryl. Miss Cheryl said 2 mats because there's 2 colors. Okay. That is awesome and perfect. Okay. Katie said 2. You have 2 different colors for the bag. And I believe the other 2 can go on a 1 mat themselves. There you go. You got it, Katie. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. All right. So they are absolutely right. So if I was to change this turtle and I wanted it to be green, it's going to give me a third. Let me zoom in so y'all can see the colors. It's going to give me a third mat, right? So each mat is going to separate due to the color that you have on the screen. Now, just because I turn this turtle green, does that mean it's going to cut green? Just because I turn the turtle green, does that mean it's going to cut green? Two for different. Yep. Y'all might be a little delayed, so I apologize if y'all answer after the fact. Just make sure if you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you Correct. No. Can someone tell me why? Why is it a no? Make sure you guys are um you put the little bar all the way to the end, and that way you know that you're current to where I'm talking. Because sometimes when you pause or you go back or rewind, it pushes you out. Tell me why. You're absolutely, y'all are correct that no, it will not just cut green because you have green on the screen. But I would like someone to tell me why. Why will it not cut green? Good job, Latoya. And I know y'all are typing, so I'm giving y'all time to type. I'm just getting the board ready. The cuts according to the vinyl, not the mat. Yes. Good job. Good job. Good job. All right. Y'all are awesome. Latoya, you're awesome. You're absolutely correct. We need two mats because two different colors. All right. So Miss Cheryl is absolutely correct. Okay. So when we are doing, just because I have it green and purple and black, none of that matters. I could still cut it and it be black if I wanted it to. Okay. So when you're dealing with HTV or you're dealing with the basic cut feature, whatever color you have on the screen does not matter when it comes to actually cutting the material. It's going to cut the material the color that you're cutting of the material. Okay. So in this case, I want a purple one and I want a black one because I want my hat to have black. Or do I want my hat to have purple on it? Do I want a dark purple on my hat? I'll let y'all choose. Look at this, because this dark purple is fire. Okay. Do I want to do dark purple on purple, or do you want to do black on purple? What y'all think? Purple is my brand color, so I do have purple in the Design Mastery Studio. What do y'all think? I kind of like the purple, dark purple on purple, y'all. What y'all think? Dark purple. Okay, I'm with it. Look, I tell you all the time, I just need one person. All right, so I'm going to change that to the purple. Remember that if you're trying to use the colors that's in your canvas, it's going to be at, oh, look, y'all can't see, sorry. I'm just going to change this button right here to the color. You want to make sure that you stick with the images at the top. I'm sorry, the colors at the top, because that's what's going to be the brand. Now, if I come down here and I choose this purple, then it's going to be now a third color. So I want to make sure that it's using the colors that's already in my canvas. Okay. So it doesn't have to match the purple that you're printing. It's just so that you know what mats to utilize. So in this case, we're going to use two mats. We're going to have a hat, a bag, and a canvas. Okay. So we're going to go and we're going to make it. All right. I always want to save. And we're just going to name this week 3. Okay, so always name your projects. Name and save your projects, because if something go wrong and you got to exit out, you good. Okay. Oh my God, I get a Cricut Live tutorial. Yes, yes. We are working on HTV, how to use our Cricut using HTV. This is week 3. Okay. All right. So we're going to, oh my gosh, I never get these. What am I trying to learn? Oh, yay. I'm so glad. We are in the middle of a week, 4-week free Cricut workshop. So make sure you go back and watch the videos. There's week 1, week 2, and we're on 3. Week 4 is next Saturday. And y'all, I can't even believe that in my free Cricut workshop, I am including my sticker class. Like, y'all are getting how to make stickers for free. And that's next Saturday. So make sure y'all are following me on TikTok and YouTube, Design Mastery Studio. If you go to TikTok or even YouTube, if you register, you'll get the emails and the reminders, and what's going on and what's happening. You can also upgrade to the VIP package. The VIP package will come with all replays from all workshops. It will come with a fifth free workshop, which is cake toppers. You will also get study hall with me. I've been doing study hall once a week. I just decided to do last week and this week together. So that'll be next week. You also get enter into a raffle. You get, hi Cookie, come on over to YouTube. You get entered into a raffle. You get my sticker ebook that's included. So you get a whole lot, y'all. You get a whole lot. So make sure y'all check out the VIP pass. It's linked in my bio on both TikTok and YouTube. Okay. All right. So now I'm got my HTV. All right. So I wanted to show you guys, this is the carrier sheet. HTV is different from the permanent vinyl. The permanent vinyl, we want to face down the paper side. But with HTV, we want to put it basically upside down. Okay. You want to put it upside down. So the shiny side, you want it facing down on your mat. So you guys see it's matte. Okay. This is the back. This is why you want to mirror, because you're going to cut straight into the material yourself. All right. So the carrier sheet should be facing down on your Cricut, on your mat. Okay. So shiny side down. Put that in bold letters. For HTV, shiny side down. Hey, y'all, thank y'all for coming in on TikTok. Go over to our YouTube, girl. We over there. Okay. Shiny side down. That's all you, if you taking notes, write that in big letters. Shiny side down. So your carrier sheet, when you go to peel it back, and whatever side, that clear side, it's hard to peel. Hold on, y'all. Because it be stuck. All right. So whatever side that clear side is, can y'all see that? That clear side, you see how it's folded back? It's clear. Whatever side that clear side is on, you want that to be facing down on your mat. All right. So now I have it. You get your brayer. You want to make sure there's no air bubbles. And all the materials that I use, y'all, is linked in my bio. Okay. It is linked in my bio. All right. So now I'm going to take this. And this is ready to print. Okay. So I'm sorry, cut. So let's go back to our mat. All right. So you saw I did purple first. So at any time you can come and switch between your mats. Okay. So you don't have to start with black just because the black is on here first. So I'm going to go to my purple. Now you see that it took and did 2 pages. If you know Farron gonna squeeze every piece of everything on one image. Because for me, I'm like, there's still space down here. But that's just Cricut, right? Cricut is just gonna do it that way. So you can manually move your stuff around. All right. So you see, if I click on it, I can put it wherever. If you click these 3 dots, I can tell the Cricut that I want to move my object to a different mat. Okay. So I want to move it to this mat. It's telling me this is the current mat. I want to put it over here, or I can do a new mat, but I want it together. Okay. So now you see it's right here in the middle, but you see how easily that fit down there. Now, why didn't Cricut just say, let me fit this little old thing down here at the bottom? Right? Why wouldn't it do that? I don't know why it wouldn't do that, but it's going to do it today. So, and you know what, y'all? Hold on, because I want y'all to see that. I want to do a glitter. Hold on. Let me get a glitter. Is this purple? Yeah. I want to do a glitter so y'all can see how the glitter looks too. So I apologize. Forgive me. Okay. Let me back up. So I just hit cancel to go back out. So I don't want this to be the same material. So I'm going to, again, remember, if I would have welded, this is stuck, I would have had to start all over. Okay. So because all I did was undo, I did unite. I can undo my unite. And now I'm good. Okay. So I want to change this. And I'm just going to do a light. I'm going to do a deep purple, because then that'll tell me that's for glitter. It's still going to go here, but I just want it to be glitter. Okay. And I'm trying to think, is that too small? It's not too small. I don't think it's too small. Okay. Because glitter is gonna be a little different. Okay, so I think we good now. My bad, y'all. What is this? This is the hat. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to make it. I'm going to go back and make it. My apologies. I just wanted to show y'all that. So I'm still going to have this third mat. But then remember, I got to go back and move this one because this is the hat. I still want it on this mat. Okay. I still want it down here because that's going to be for the hat. Or should I do it in, I think I'm going to do it in glitter. Let's do it in glitter. Let's put glitter on the hat too. All right. So we're going to do two. We're going to do two. All right. I'm done. I'm done changing stuff. All right. So now we have our mats and we're ready to go. The thing is, you want to make sure that when you are using HTV vinyl, you want to mirror your image because the carrier sheet is facing down. You want to mirror. So if you click this button right here over in the corner, and if you hit the little eye to tell you that this is for iron-on projects, it's for materials that are placed face down like leather. Okay? So I'm going to mirror it. You see when I mirror it, it turns everything backwards. That is what you want. Okay? And I want to do that for everything because all of this is HTV vinyl. Okay? Not HTV vinyl, it's HTV. Okay, so I want to mirror everything. Any questions on mirroring? Any questions on mirroring? Well, hold on. It's saying that it's not available. Let me make sure it's turned on. It wasn't. So give it a second to turn on. So this is where you would connect to all your different machines that you may have, okay? So it just told me it wasn't connected, so we're just going to try it again. That's because it was off. Y'all doing all right in the chat? Can y'all drop a number 3 if you there? So now it's saying that it's connected, so I'm going to go to continue. Okay. I'm going to utilize everyday iron-on. I think everyday iron-on cuts perfect for me. So I'm going to use everyday iron-on. This is a commercial iron, a commercial HTV. I do get all of my material from Aviva. But you can get it from Cricut. You can get it from Amazon. It's so many different places you can get HTV. Okay. So I'm going to keep the pressure the same. And I'm going to go over to my 3. Okay. So I am utilizing a Maker 3. I'm going to take y'all over there with me. I am using a Maker 3. And I kind of went over the features of the machine a little bit in week 1. So in my Maker 3, I'm going to load my mat. So my mat is ready to go. If you use a Maker, then it is going to measure the entire mat first. If y'all see, I have this here. It's not affecting anything. Except it's about to read my format, and it's just measuring the format. So at the top, these are your features. I went over them in week 1. Uh-oh, y'all, hold on. I didn't know it was a little blurry. Y'all been blurry this whole time. Hold on, hold that thought. Okay. So you have your load, and you have your go, which is your start. And then you have your pause if you need to pause for whatever reason. Okay. So we're going to hit play and we're going to go and it's just going to start printing. Or cutting, I should say. While that's cutting, we're gonna come over here and we're gonna talk about our heat presses. All right. So let that cut and let's talk about heat presses. Can y'all still hear me okay? I am a little further away from the machine, but I just want to make sure y'all can hear me okay. When I go over by the heat press, y'all can still, you know what? I'm going to mute this. Okay, so now y'all should hear me. Let me turn it down over here. Hold on, I got to turn the sound down over here. Can y'all hear me okay? Good night, buddy. I love you. Okay, y'all can hear me good. Love you. I've been in a little bit. Okay. All right. So here are this is a HTV. This is a heat press. Okay. So this is a 15 by 15. This is a swing design heat press. So if you see, because I closed it, the timer is going to start going. Okay. This particular machine, I am able to change my temperature, how long I want it to press, and then it has a counter for all of my projects. Okay. So this is the heat press. It's a 15 by 15. This particular press is a pull out. So if you're working on shirts, you can see. Sorry, I'm swinging y'all around. I'm sorry. If you're working on shirts, you can utilize this feature and not be under the heat. Okay, so it does pull out. I love this feature, y'all. All right. So this mat is a 15 by 15. So this is what helps with your pressure, helps the heat. This is a little tip that I use because people are always saying, I don't see you use a carrier sheet. So I do use Teflon. This is super hot, y'all. It's already on. I do use Teflon and I use magnets to hold it up so that I don't have to keep moving it each time. Okay, so it's just there. I don't have to move it every time I go to press. And this has been on here for a good probably 2 years. This same sheet. So you just want to make sure that it does sometimes get wrinkled, and if it does, you want to iron it out so it doesn't wrinkle your projects. All right, so that's one press. My other press, hold on, y'all. Let's see, I'm gonna turn to this. My other press is my Cricut mini press. Okay, so it comes, and we're gonna plug it in too because we're gonna use a little mini today. Let's see. Hold on, I'm untangling. One more. All right, so this is a Cricut mini press. It has 3 levels of heat. Okay, temperature. You have your low, your medium, and high. And it's just a little small iron. It's mini. Okay, so if you look at my hand, it's like in the palm of my hand. They're usually on sale a lot, so go get you one. I love these for hats or little projects, so I don't have to take out my big heat press. All right, so y'all will see that one. And then for those of you who can't go get a actual heat press, hold on, y'all, change the mat. Give me 1 second. Bring y'all. What? 1 second. I didn't show y'all this, but I do buy my black and white. I buy it in bulk. This is a 12 wide. They usually come in 15. Don't buy 15. You're going to waste so much of it because the Cricut only goes to 12 because then you got to cut the 3 inches off. So get the 12 if you can find it. But I buy it in bulk. My black and white, those are the only two that I buy in bulk because you always need black and white. So let me put that. So I'm over here. Y'all still hear me okay, or am I too far apart? Yeah, still hear me. Um, so once I cover over this, I can tell where my secret. So looking at this, I know I need at least 11.5 width because the nose is sitting at 11. I want to go to about 11.5. Okay, and then his feet is about 8. Right, his feet is about 8. So I'm just going to use a rotary tool. I'm gonna bring y'all back over here. A lot of moving around, y'all. But that's just because I want to make sure that y'all see as much as possible. Oh, okay. So it did go out because I was too far. I'm sorry. All right. So I'm going to switch over. Okay. So basically what I was saying, sorry. What I was saying was when you are utilizing and knowing how to know how much material to use, if it's not a full 12 by 12 image, okay, you want to be able to look at your mat and know. So I know the tip of his toe, his tip of his nose is at 11. So I want to do 11 and a half. Sorry, I walked away thinking that y'all can still hear me. My apologies. So I want to do about 11 and a half, but I'm going to keep it 12. I'm not going to cut off that little inch. I'm just going to leave it at 12. But if you're ever using scrap paper, or like in this case, I use what is this called? I use a roll. So I want to cut exactly what I'm going to use. Okay. So because I'm going to do that, I want to go to about an 8. Okay, because that's what his feet was. Let me show you that. So his feet stopped right above the 8. Okay, so I really only need a 12 by 8. So that's what I'm doing. So I just get my little rotary tool. I'm not the best at keeping it straight, so we're gonna use a ruler. Hold on, now you know it ain't gonna be here just because I want to use it. Okay, well we're gonna eye it. We're gonna go a little to the 9. so just in case we Cricut. So I just use a rotary tool. Okay, I'm just using a rotary tool. Sorry, I like to keep my name in the screen just in case nobody can come and take our videos. All right, so we said it was right before the 8. So you just want to press down. You can use a ruler, but this is a self-healing mat. All right, it's self-Cricut, the mat itself, and see how it just comes right on up. And so now that's all I need for this image, for this board. And if you see, my shiny side is facing down. Can y'all see that? All right. So now I'm just going to put that on my board, on my mat, or on my machine. Sorry. And I'm going to use the same everyday iron on, and I'm going to go. Okay. So again, this is my roll. I just cut off what I need, y'all. And I just use a little bit of painter's tape so it don't mess up the material. And I store it rolled up. And I'll show y'all my vinyl storage here in a second. So now it's ready to go. Okay. So now I'll take y'all back. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So now I'm going to show you the Cricut press. Many of you do have a Cricut press. Okay. So the Cricut press, well, this one is full of glitter because my son decided to be a fairy one day. I didn't even think of all the glitter that's in here. I have not cleaned this, so let's try not to get glitter everywhere. This is full of glitter. All right, so this is a Cricut heat press. It's called an easy press. All right, and with the Cricut easy press, it's a hot plate, and you just have to do your own pressure. Okay, so these are available. They're super reasonable. I only use this when I go. Look at the glitter, y'all. I only use this when you can't see it. It's a dust glitter. I only use this when I go and do community events. So it just gives them something extra to be able to press and use. But it has similar features as the Cricut. It has your go button. It has your power, your temperature. You can still time it. And this is your up and down button. So I like using it sometimes. And they have them in different sizes. All right. So this is the biggest one they have. That's a good starter if you're not able to utilize a Cricut. A heat press right away. The only suggestion that I have is that if you're using it for commercial, you want to be very careful if you're selling items using your heat press, just because it requires a certain type of pressure to keep your material stuck to your project. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to go back. We're back over here, and we're going to put on our glitter. So our black and purple is done. All right. And I'm just going to pull it off. Again, so it doesn't roll, you want to pull your mat away from your material. Okay. You want to pull your mat away from your material. So I'm going to use this glitter. I hope this is purple. You know how some stuff look purple, but then it be pink? What color that look like, y'all? Babe, what color does this look like? Because I'm going to be mad if it turned out to be pink. Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure I got purple. Oh, look, I didn't have purple. It is pink. Sorry, y'all. You see the difference? I found it, babe. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to use my glitter purple. Y'all see my little glitter purple. I've been through a lot, okay? So this goes at the top. I use my glitter purple, y'all. All right. So glitter is going to be a lot different. It is super thick like me, okay? So you can't really tell, but that is real thick. So you're going to need to use a different cut. All right, we got some questions in the chat. Okay, I'm a lefty. I am a lefty too. I'm a lefty. So I have to do everything backwards. You cut better than me. And I'm a lefty too. Yes. Oh, trust me, it was definitely Cricut. I went out and bought all the equipment and went in debt and don't know where I'm doing 2 heat presses of 15,000 equal. Oh my goodness. You got it all. We also going to do sublimation too. Sublimation is going to be one of our classes. Y'all always asking about sublimation. So we're going to do sublimation. And my honey bought me a printer for our anniversary. So I'm going to turn it into sublimation and I'll walk y'all through how I do that. You can do, yes, we got you, girl. Look, did you find me on YouTube or did you already follow me on TikTok? All right, so this one is ready to go. All right, so let me show y'all because we're going to switch it up a little. And I have to find it because I don't know if I've cut. I usually cut my glitter on my other one. Oh no, here it goes. Okay. So for my glitter, I like to use glitter mesh iron-on. Okay, how do we get to that? You want to click browse material. And this is where you go to get all of your material. Okay. So you're just going to search down, and here's your different iron-ons. All the iron-on features that you can think of. I have used a lot of them, but I find that glitter mesh plus cuts mine all the way. Okay, so I'm going to use glitter mesh, and I'm going to change this pressure to more. Okay, and then we're going to see how that does. Okay, now if you see, my glitter is coming up because remember, it's not really sticky no more because I've been using it a lot. So I'm going to get a piece of painter's tape. So if you have issues with your material sticking, just get a piece of painter's tape. I use painter's tape because it doesn't mess up your material. Hold on, we just used painter's tape on our last video. We're just going to use the corner that we had left. And I'm just going to put it on so it don't come unraveled. Okay. All right. And then we're going to brayer it. And that's just pushing it into the material onto the back. Okay. So now we're going to put it in and we're going to let it cut. All right. So now back to the mat. God popped you up right in my face. I'm telling you, everything happened for a reason. I say that all the time. The people that come across me, I tell them that all the time. We are an amazing group of individuals. Now it's cutting, y'all. We are an amazing group of individuals, and I love the people that's in our community. And it's just growing and growing. We do also have a Facebook community that is free, and we have YouTube, and we have TikTok. We do have a Facebook business page, and that's where we sell all of our projects. All right. So make sure you join all. Also register for the workshop. That's free so that you get the emails too. Okay. All right. So here is the black. And I'm going to try to get y'all as close as possible. You can see the line a little bit. You can see his head. Okay. So a lot of people like to use a light. I'm going to say a lot of people, but some people like to use a light mat, a light board, which it'll take me forever to pull it out. But you can put a light under it where you can see, but I like to just have a bright light on top and I can see it. So I always start in the corner. All right. This is called a weeding tool. All right. This is a weeding tool, or you can use a weeding pen. I have both. And you just want to pick your corner. If you have the perfect cut, when you go to pull this up, it's going to pull perfectly. It is very sticky. So don't worry, you're not going to break nothing. It's going to pull it up perfectly. Okay. Make sure you throw your trash in the trash and not on the floor. All right. So now I want this center to be taken out. Because remember, this is going to be a paint and, well, not paint and sip, but it's for the kids. This is going to be a paint and canvas. There you go. That's what I was trying to think of. So I want the outline to pop. Okay. So, and I have to sometimes catch myself because a lot of times you want the inside when you doing an actual project. So you can see the lines. You're just putting it in a corner and pulling up. Okay. And if you accidentally nick the line itself, it's okay. When you go to press it, a lot of the times, a lot of the mistakes or holes that you put in there will go away. If you're watching on YouTube, y'all, please come on over. I'm sorry. If you're watching on TikTok, we are live on YouTube where you guys can see everything that we're doing straight and overhead. Okay. You can click the link in the bio to get over here to us. Okay. That's why I'm not paying TikTok too much attention today. But TikTok, we coming back, TikTok. We coming back. I promise. We just need to, you know, I want the people to be able to come and look and see and come back and see my screen and all these things. So, all right. I didn't want to have to deal with downloading and stuff. I wanted people to be able to go back and, because I want y'all to take y'all Cricuts out. Did anybody in the last 3 weeks create a project that they had just been wanting to do but been scared to do? Has anybody? Have I motivated anybody to take their Cricuts out and utilize it? Like, because I don't want y'all to just take this as another workshop. You know how many workshops and courses and classes we done paid for, downloaded, subscribe to, and we still don't do the things that we want to do with whatever it is, right? I done got 100 videos of my Glowforge, but I have used and practiced on my Glowforge, just not as much as all my other machines. But I really want to know, are y'all using, is this helpful? Are y'all using and taking your Cricut out? Sorry, y'all. I usually have this little thing here. So this sticks perfectly. And that way I can put my stuff, and it's suction. So it's suction to my board. This mat is glass. It's super dope. I love it. It was a gift. But you could probably find it on Amazon. Well, it is. It's in my link in bio under my content. All right. So I'm just picking out everything around what I want. So now if I turn it up, right now it's backwards, right? Now it's forward. You see, that's why you do everything on the back. So it cuts it out, and then you will need to turn it over to press it. I made my daughter a glass that said Mama Bear with her name. Oh, yeah, Miss Monica, we are live on YouTube. Come on over to YouTube. I don't want you to think I'm not showing TikTok no love, but I can't really see it all the way. All right. So here's our purple. This is a self-healing mat. This glass, I think, but I'm not gonna mess it up. So is it, Baba? Is it self-healing? Well, I don't know, but I'm gonna cut it with regular scissors instead of, I don't want to test it because it's my beautiful mat. It's my cute mat. All right, so I'm just cutting it down where it stopped. All right, and I'm gonna do the same thing that we just did. Now this is rolly because I do store my vinyl rolled up. Okay, I don't store my permanent vinyl always rolled, but I do store my HTV rolled. All right, so y'all saw what I just did. I just take a corner, and then the rest you're just gonna pull with your hand. Okay, you can get all the little middle pieces in a second. All right, so I'm just pulling up, and we're almost done, y'all. And I literally cut this in real time. I was going to have it already cut, but I also want people to know that in real time, you can make projects and it not take y'all 20 years. Like your Cricut doesn't matter which Cricut you have. I use a Cricut 2, a 1, and a 3. And they all cut, a reasonable amount of time. Of course, the newer ones are going to have, all right, y'all know with the Rolly. The newer ones are going to be a little faster, right? And the machine we were cutting with was a Cricut Maker 3. And it cut really fast, y'all. So from us just showing you what heat presses and things that we use, it was cutting live. All right, this was not pre-cut. I'm there. I just got home. I'm glad you got out and enjoyed yourself. All right, so now we want to get these little pieces out. This is where the little suction cup come in at, y'all. So you can use this suction cup, and I have one that you can just put on your hand for your little pieces. So now I'm just going to go in your weeding tool, make sure it's nice and sharp, and you just want to stay in the corner And I just leave it on there and I just go until it fills up. And so when you have it on your mat, you see how I just did that and it kept it in there? So that way you're not fighting with it. And you just pick it up. That's when you got the perfect cut. You're not worried about it sticking and you having to slow down and pull. Okay. So that is considered a perfect cut. Okay. Again, when I use HTV, I like to cut on everyday iron on. Okay. And I always want to check. that we got all the little pieces out from the little stuff. And it looks like we do. Crafting is cheaper than therapy. All right. Although we love therapy, y'all. Okay. Hey, Bible girl. How beautiful. We're live on YouTube. Make sure y'all come on over. Please send your daily heart me before you come over. All right. So now I want to make sure. Let's see. Before you unload your mat, you always want to make sure that your project cut all the way through. Because if it didn't, you can hit play again. But I think I'm good. Let me see. I'm trying to. Okay, it looks like it could. So it looked like that was good. Let's see. We're gonna learn today. So we did our glitter vinyl, and I always cut my glitter vinyl on glitter mesh. Glitter vinyl is super thick, like super duper thick. So let's cut it. Yeah, I think it cut through. And because this is more expensive, this little spot I could probably use for a heart later. Just use a craft mat. Okay. Do I ever use the test cut? I do. I showed the test cut, I think, in week 1. But I like to do my own. I like to do a square with a triangle in the middle for my test cut. All right, y'all. So it did cut. It's just not going to be an easy pull like I wanted. So I just got to, as I pull, I just wanted to stay down on the sticky part. So I could have went another time, but it's a nice cut. It just would have been a smooth cut, a smooth peel had I gone one more time. But I'm not forcing it to pick up. It is staying, it is like cutting itself, or it did cut itself. So I'm not really, I'm just keeping it. And you got to also remember my sticky part is not as sticky no more, which I didn't think of that because the way I had it stored. Now y'all see the glitter. All right. Okay. So let's move on over to our heat press. If you're watching us on TikTok, please come over to our YouTube. Sorry, YouTube, y'all are going to be it went black for a second. So okay. So all right. So now we're going to do the tote. All right. So you just want to line up. I like to use my all this, but it's so much better. I pull that thing out, but let's take the time. We're going to basically, when you're doing anything material wise, I always do a press. People say moisture. It's a lot of different things. I just like to do a press. Okay. I like to do a press. I am pressing this material on 325 for 25 seconds. Okay. All right. So, all right. So now, again, it's a sticky. So we're going to put it on our mat. And we just want to make sure it's even. Okay, we just want to make sure it's even. So that's 3 fingers. So this can come over just a little bit. I use my hand, but you can also use your ruler. And so to know if you're even, you just measure the corners of the sides. So the same thing with the t-shirt. If you needed this step, you do the longest part. And so that's about 2 inches, and that's about 2 inches. That's a little over. So I just come over just a little bit. Okay. So remember, this is a 2-part. Okay. Y'all see this? This is a 2-part. So I'm going to go and I'm going to press this down. You want to use a firm press. So it should be a little snug to press. With this press, I use this as a manual pressure. Some have where you can press it that you can adjust the pressure. But for this one, I have to manually adjust it. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I didn't bring the overhead this way. Okay, so that was 25 seconds. This is a hot peel, so you want to peel it while it's hot. Okay, and so it should be a nice smooth. So when it does that, you just want to push it back down and pull up again. Okay, we're going to get a nice seal because we're going to press it again. All right, and I just make sure if any piece lifted up. So remember, this was a 2-tone. Oh no, we didn't. Look, I'm not pulling that other one off. But if we was using the two-tone, we would just go ahead and put the glitter on there right now. Okay. But we're not using the 2-tone because we would have to sit there and do it. But I really want to do my hat. So we're going to save this for the hat. So, all right. So now we're going to press it again. I always do 2 presses. I do one with the carrier sheet and I do one without the carrier sheet. Remember, I don't need to put anything over it because I have this Teflon sheet already on my machine. Okay. All right. And so now it's done. And the way that you know that your material, I'm trying to see if I can show y'all, is you should be able to see your material through the vine. You see how you can see the lines of the material? Okay. You should be able to see that through your image. That is how you know that you have a good press on yours. Okay. So now we're going to use our mini press. I forgot to turn it on, but it heats up really fast. All right, so we just turned on our heat press. And we're going to make room. All right, so now we have a cute crafting is cheaper than therapy. And I'm still going to add my logo at the bottom. But isn't that super cute? A cute bag that you can gift to someone. You can personalize it, put their name on it. You could do for the back to school bag for teachers, put a teacher's name on it. Fill it up with some school supplies. It's so many different things that you can do. And this bag was like 3 cookies. Okay. $3. Okay. We're far away from TikTok right now. All right. So I messed up just a little bit. So again, you won't have this issue like I have because y'all's will be sticky. Mine is just not. Okay, so now we're going to use this board. Okay, so this is our canvas board. So this is just a regular canvas that you can put whatever you want, hang it up. But we're going to do this as a painting for kids. Okay. So I have this little Cricut mat because back in the day, before I got a big mat, I utilized I had to use my press. Sorry, I was thinking. I had to use my press. So anytime you use that press, you want to put a mat under it so it don't burn whatever you. So you could use a pillow press, but we're gonna improvise because we don't have a pillow press today. Okay. So you just want to be able to have a firm pressure on the other side. So I'm just gonna stick my mat inside of that. Okay. So I'm just improvising. But you want to use a pillow mat or some type of pillow press, and it just it just pushes it up from the inside so that you have some type of pressure from the back for the material to stick. Okay. So we're just gonna put this board on here. So for those of you who want to who be seeing the, what is it called, the paint and sips, you can make your own. Okay. So I'm using my handheld and I'm just pressing down. I'm just pressing it down. Okay. Just using my little handheld. So in this case, you can use an iron. Okay. And you can see the carrier sheet is automatically coming up because it's sticking to the mat, to the board, to the canvas, sorry. Okay, as I go, it's pulling up because it's sticking to the canvas. So again, holidays coming up and you want to do like we did a Christmas theme and we did a paint and sip table, or if you want to do birthday parties, you can make your own paint and sip, get some music going. Okay. So everything is sticking. So it does take a little bit of time because we want to make sure everything is stuck. And then we're going to go back over it again with the, we're going to put paper down. I'm going to use some butcher paper. It looks like, okay. So now it's there, but it's not fully stuck. Okay. So now you do want to get some type of sheet. In this case, I'm just going to use some butcher paper. And I'm just going to press down. You want to make sure that you got a nice firm press from the inside. So I'm just going to use my hand. Okay. Y'all see what I'm doing? So I took the carrier sheet off and I'm just pressing it in. And you just want to get all the spots. The hand under is not necessary. I'm just doing that. But they do have pillows that you can put under for pressing. Okay. And that's what the pillows are for when you have a hollow background. All right. So I'm just giving it a firm press. And I'm just going, I turned it off. But this heats up super quick, y'all. And it's super hot. All right. So again, you don't have to put your hand under it, but I am just because I want to make sure, because we're really going to use this. It's not just for practice. So I do want to make sure everything is nice and flush so that when he goes to paint, he don't have stuff coming up. So that's it. I'm just pressing it down and I'm just using my handheld. Now, I also make wedding signs using a canvas. But it's a little different because I take an extra step. And I have some pictures. I keep saying I'm going to post it, but I haven't yet, but I'll post it. I also like to use my canvases and make cute wedding signs. Okay. So now he's all the way down. He's pressed. And now you can have a canvas and you can paint. Okay. All right. So imagine having your own images or your face or your whatever and you're painting. Okay. So a little tip. You take out the staples you paint, you see the inside is a light wood. I stain that to a dark wood and then I reverse it. I'll show a picture when I find it. I'll get a picture and I'll post it. And I do a reverse wood. And so I have it'll be almost like a farm theme. And then I just restaple everything after I press whatever it is I'm pressing. So that's another way. All right, so that's that. And then our last thing is our hat. All right, the last thing is our hat. This hat was 2 cookies from Wally World on clearance. Okay, I saw a plain hat and I was like, "Oh, I could put my logo on that." Um, so let's see. All right, so we're gonna hold it down. We're gonna tape it down. So you just want to use heat tape. Okay, so this is what I use for my sublimation. And it's just so it don't move. Because I gotta hold it and press it at the same time. So we're gonna use some heat tape. Also because it ain't sticky, it ain't sticking. All right, so we're gonna start over here and we're gonna press. All right, so I'm just holding it and I'm pressing. Holding it and pressing. Look, it's already starting to heat up. Oh my goodness. Hold on, the design done came off. For future workshops, make sure the sticky is sticky. So we're just gonna do this in sections. So you see the design stayed. The design is on. Now we just got to get mastery on. And I'm gonna cut it so it can. There we go. But I like to show y'all mistakes and stuff happening because it's gonna happen to y'all. Y'all gonna have a material that ain't that sticky, and you'll be able to say, "Oh, I can still use that," or "I can still put it this way," or "I can use a piece of tape to hold it." So trust me, it has a learning lesson in it. All right, so let's try to get the mastery. So again, you want to put pressure behind it. I'm using my hand, but you definitely want to use the mat, not your hand. All right, my goal is just to get it on. And then studio. And then I can go back over and press it again to get it to stick. Okay. And, boom. So now we're going to take our little parchment paper and I'm going to do it the right way. I'm going to put my mat behind it and I'm going to hold it. And they also now have a hat press, y'all. Okay. But I already have something that I can use. I'm left-handed, so I'm trying to show y'all at the same time. But let me, they do have a hat press. But for me, I'm like, I already have it. So I'm going to use what I have. But if you don't, they do have a hat press and it comes with the pillow and everything. And it's literally similar to this. All right. So now the design is on. So now I'm going to the mastery and I'm just holding it from the back. I'm pressing against so that it stays on. So imagine all the hats and labels and things that you can put, even things you know you ain't got no business making. Just imagine on your own $2 Walmart hat. Okay. And so I'm just ironing it on, pressing hard. I'm turning that off because now I have a cute hat that says Design Mastery Studio. And just imagine that could say your brand. And look at the glitter. The glitter is glittery. Okay, now let's bring y'all over here so you can see everything we made in the light. And then I can answer any last minute questions before we get off. All right, so first we made our, I'm gonna mute this machine, hold on. Okay, so first we made our canvas where you can color. Those of you on TikTok who missed the video itself, we made a canvas. All right, this is the canvas where you can paint utilizing a, and this is just a stretch canvas. You can find these at Hobby Lobby. You can find them at Dollar Tree, Five and Below. You can find them all different places. Okay, so this one you would just be able to paint, and now this is stuck using HTV. All right, we also created, excuse me, we also created this beautiful bag. Okay, and then again we're going to put our little logo at the bottom, but we wasn't going to sit here and try to do that again. But just imagine down here at the bottom, Design Mastery Studio. Pretend it's at the bottom. Okay, so super cute, and it's cute without it, but it's super cute bag that we created. Those of you on TikTok, we created that bag. And then can y'all hear me now? I don't know how the sound went out. Sorry. What part did it go out on? The whole thing? The volume went out? Oh, I'm on YouTube, y'all. So TikTok, I know y'all saying I can hear you, but yeah, we're on YouTube. Okay. So basically what I was showing y'all was the glitter of the hat. And because it's your hat, it doesn't matter what it looks like. But I wanted it to be kind of layered out. Okay. Do y'all have any questions for me? So just to recap, week 1, we went over how to use permanent vinyl, where we created, hold on, let me try to get everything back into the screen. Where we created bookmarks and keychains using permanent vinyl. Okay, that was week 1. We also did a cup wrap. Showed you guys how to measure and cut and place onto cups. Then week 2, we utilized our layering cardstock. So we just made cute little bookmarks. This is just a straight bookmark. We also made a live nameplate for your business. Okay, so we showed you how to layer and cut it out and put a background and do some offsets. We showed you that. This is a bookmark, another glitter. You know, we love glitter. Another glitter bookmark that goes inside of your books. So that was our cardstock. And then today we did our HTV vinyl, where we created a hat where you can put your images on a hat. And then we also created a tote bag. And we created a canvas. I have a question about the vinyl and when to use permanent. hold on, when to use it. I bought permanent vinyl. What is that used for? So this is permanent vinyl. Permanent vinyl, it goes on hard material. Permanent vinyl goes on, so like acrylic, notebooks, cups. That's going to be your permanent vinyl. Okay, that's going to be your permanent vinyl. So glasses, well, this is DTF, so that doesn't count. But cups, here's another one, because I showed y'all the notebooks. Hold on, let me turn off the heat press, because I will forget. So like these are permanent vinyls. Okay. This, if you wanted to put something on a notebook, permanent vinyl. So a hard surface where you can put different is sticky. Okay. If I want the vinyl to stay, can't I just use permanent? So you can't use permanent on like fabric. Fabric is HTV, because with the stickiness, it's going to go away on the fabric. Like this is staying, right? On my cups, it's staying. On my notebooks, it's staying. But if this was fabric and I was able to just move it, it will fall right off. So that's why when you're dealing with fabric, you want to utilize HTV so that you can press it. And so what I was trying to show y'all, that you know that you have a good press on your t-shirt or material. You see the lines in the purple? That's how you know that your material is adhered to your project. Okay, so if it was just plain like nothing, let me see if I can show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all the difference. Hold on, because y'all know I got my test t-shirt. Hold on. Here it goes. Let me find a piece of vinyl. Hold on. So y'all can see the difference. Hold that thought. I just turned the press back on. So what I'm going to show you is the difference between it being adhered to your shirt and it sitting on top of your shirt. So sometimes I see, like when I have customers come to me after the fact and they be like, oh, my shirt is peeling. This is why. Okay. So you want to make sure that even though it may look like it's good to go, can y'all see it's sitting on top? You're not seeing the project. You're not seeing the lines as clear. It's sitting on top. You see how it's just glossy? It's just sitting on top. My link in bio right here. If you click on that, it's going to take you to what we call link in bio. The VIP pass. The VIP Plus Pass. So the VIP Plus Pass is going to be including all 4 replays. You're going to get access to my cake topper course. You're also going to get the sticker ebook. You're going to get the files that we're working on. You're going to get a VIP study hall. You're going to get put into a raffle for an Amazon gift card, and you're going to get 50% off of all my future workshops in 2025 for the workshops that I personally host. So you'll know the difference. When I team up, I don't do the discount. So make sure y'all go check it out. It is on discounted price right now. And I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and I hope y'all have an amazing day. Please take your Cricuts out and use them. Again, my name is Farron, and I am the creator behind Design Mastery Studio, and I am here to help you be more confident in the things that you want to create, and we specialize in the Cricut. I hope you guys are enjoying our free 4-week workshop where you guys are learning different projects to utilize to be able to be confident in the things that you want to create using your Cricut. And I hope y'all have an amazing evening. Bye.